What does the future hold for the USC Trojans? A lot of us are aligned in believing that 2023 is potentially a Pac-12 title year for USC, competing for a college football playoff spot in 2023. But what does the future hold well past this? Because remember, they're heading to the Big Ten Conference in 2024. And I think those of us that have really kind of tracked this thing, those of y'all that are locked into college football, you've seen the moves that USC has made. And those aren't moves that are just going to impact 2023. I'll start right here at the trenches. Before we even recorded this video, the #1 interior offensive lineman that was available in the transfer portal from Wyoming, Emmanuel Pregnon, gives his pledge to the Trojans. Earlier this week, I guess it was Sunday, Bear Alexander, defensive tackle, #1 defensive lineman in the transfer portal from Georgia, commits to USC. So two big pieces through the portal commit to USC, but even more so, more importantly, both these guys, guess what? They have multiple years of eligibility, meaning they will more than likely be there when USC enters into the Big Ten Conference. And why I think this is interesting, yes, there are areas of need technically for 2023, so that's the first piece of this. You're going to have somebody who can help you right away with Caleb Williams there. You know how I feel about 2023 if you've tuned into the show for any period of time. But when you look to the future, what wins in the Big Ten Conference? What has the last 2 years been the formula to winning the Big Ten title? Think about that team that's won it, Michigan. 2 different quarterbacks. I think they upgraded at quarterback this past season, transparently. Had good receiver play, but it was bully ball. It was the line of scrimmage. That was how they dominated the superior on the outside Ohio State team. I say outside as in offensive weapons. They had more firepower offensively. They had Marvin Harrison Jr., they had C.J. Stroud, who's going to be a first-round pick. They had Emeka Egbuka. I mean, they had so much offensively, but it was the bully mentality of Michigan playing in the trenches, owning the line of scrimmage, that ultimately allowed them to beat Ohio State and then to win the Big Ten title. Back-to-back seasons. No, I did not mean to do the fight-on thing, but that's, hey, we'll roll with it. I did not mean to do the fight-on to victory, but I guess we're talking about USC, so that's what's on the brain right now. Really quickly, though, USC fans, make sure you're locked in right here. We talk college football every single day. Want you a part of this. Lock it in really quick. Also, follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter, @JDPakel. I want to hear from y'all. We've had a lot of y'all join us over the last couple of weeks. Follow me there. Subscribe here. And we're just going to have a blast talking college football every day. Now, so that's the piece on the field, right? You got the trenches looking a little bit better than it had previously, and it's set up nicely for the future with guys with multiple years of eligibility. But what's one of the key ingredients with modern college football? One of the things that you just, quite frankly, have to be successful going forward. Name, image, and likeness. And USC has gotten their NIL ducks in a row now, it looks like. And if you disagree with that statement, ask Lincoln Riley. He said it's impressive what they've done in a short period of time. So, okay, coaches endorsed it and saying it's a good thing. The second, the guys that I mentioned before, Bear Alexander, Emmanuel Pregnon, I mean, high value positions just in general, regardless of what window in the portal they jump into. But it was that second portal window where players like them are very scarce. So scarcity creates value, and value comes in the form of NIL dollars. I promise you, NIL, the value is something that helped them land these guys, or at least makes them competitive for these guys. How do I know that? Because you don't land either of those guys without having your NIL ducks in a row. So for USC fans, I truly believe this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to you being competitive in the NIL space. Going forward, you're going to be able to go and recruit at the level you need to recruit at, whether it's the portal, which Lincoln Riley has done well previously, or whether it's on the recruiting trail, which is another piece of this thing. USC had a top 10 class in 2023. I don't care where they are right now in 2024. I believe they'll finish somewhere around the top 10 when it's all said and done here in February of 2024. We have our second signing period. USC is going to enter the Big Ten as one of the top-tier teams. That's one of the conversations that a lot of people want to have right now around Texas and Oklahoma joining the SEC and USC and UCLA joining the Big Ten. Like, what's the pecking order when they jump into their new conference? I wholeheartedly believe, even with Caleb Williams going to the NFL, USC will be right around that top 4, top 3 team in the Big Ten Conference. For reasons I just mentioned, they're building the trenches. They're going to add the right personnel. NIL is going to be a crucial tool in that. And I believe when it comes to what they've built already, guys that they got via the portal, what they've done on the recruiting trail, they're going to be personnel-wise right where they need to be to compete day one for a Big Ten title. Will it be Malachi Nelson running the show at that point in time? Conventional wisdom would tell you yes, but I'm fired up to watch what they do because Lincoln Riley knows how to win football games, and I promise you, he hears all the chatter around Lincoln Riley can't win the big one, can't win a college football playoff game, can't do this, can't do that. Listen, there's a lot of runway for Lincoln Riley, and he has all the motivation he needs. I believe he has all the resources he needs, and if they can get it done on the defensive side, that offense will continue to hum. I don't care who they're playing against. So we'll track this with USC in 2023. We'll track them as they get ready to roll into the Big Ten Conference. We talk college football here every single day. Make sure you're subscribed. This is an absolutely phenomenal platform, but even more so phenomenal community that y'all have allowed us to create here on the On3 YouTube channel with the Hard Count. We're live tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. Don't miss it. Hit the bell on the channel. All that good stuff to keep you in the know. We're going to keep this party rolling, man. We will see y'all next time. Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.